What is up, YouTube? What is up? It's Big Boy Rabbit. I'm out here with Mississippi Milsurp in East Central Mississippi. That's right, slap dab in the swamp out here at the Milsurp Range. Well, why Big Boy Rabbit are you at the Milsurp Range? Because I saw Sean over at the Blind Sniper. If you haven't checked him out, go over to the Blind Sniper and give him a subscribe and a like, because he puts out some awesome content. He puts out a lot of videos every week with some awesome content, a lot of good stuff. So go check him out. What I am doing today is I'm giving you my opinion on which one is better, the AR-15 or the M1 carbine. That's right, the AR-15 and the M1 carbine. Let's crack into this. All right, first we're going to talk about my AR-15. This is my AR-15. Yes, it looks surprisingly like an M4, and I'm probably going to refer to it as M4, but YouTube manual reviewer. This is not a M4 carbine. This is an AR-15. It is civilian. Everything inside of it is civilian. It is built on the PA-15 multi-cal from Palmetto State Armory. The upper is a Milsurp upper. It has a 14.5-inch barrel. That is the old Milsurp 14.5-inch barrel, and the flash hider is, I'm sorry y'all, I was incredibly sick. That's why I haven't had any videos come out. I had some seizures and got really bad sick. Just getting over it. So we're gonna get this video shot for y'all. It has a pinned flash hider, is pinned and welded. So the total length of the barrel is at 17 inches because it's about a 2.5-inch muzzle device with a 14.5-inch barrel, which finishes out at 17 inches, 8 inch above the legal requirement. This is just a civilian, regular, semi-automatic rifle, which means every time that you pull the trigger, one round is fired, you release the trigger, and then have to depress it again to then fire another round. I'm sorry you can skip through this. All these gun people who absolutely know what I'm talking about, this is for the people who don't. All right, now mine has the Knight's forward grip on it. It's the same grip that I carried overseas. I've got this little thing that I tied on my rifle overseas. Got the ACOG that I had overseas. Got the rear sight that I had overseas. Blah blah blah. This is just a regular old M4 carbine. I don't like it as much as the M1 carbine. I like the M1 a lot better than the M4. Also, I know y'all freaking out. Let me get this barrel condom off because it's probably making the rifle look weird. There you go. There's the flash hider. No, it's what's called. It's barrel condom. It's what's fucking called. It's a fucking barrel. The rubber muzzle cover. It had a rubber muzzle cover attached. It is to keep water from getting down your barrel and rusting it up. And also when you're using it as a ranch rifle, a lot of times the barrel is going to be down the floorboard. Sometimes you stick it up. We like to put ours straight down into the floorboard. And, you know, it gets wet down there with your boots are wet going in and out, muddy, getting out of the truck, and that gets all over it. I mean, you can look with the rubber muzzle device, or rubber muzzle cover that I had, it still got rusty. And I haven't fired this in a while. I carried the M4 for 12 years, the 19 Delta Cavalry Scout. I don't like it because I was forced to carry it, but it's a decent weapon for what it is. It is actually a good ranch gun. You can close your old dust cover and you ain't got to worry about stuff getting in. You can put the rubber muzzle cover over it and you don't have to worry about stuff getting in the barrel, and it stays pretty clean because they're really tight guns. The AR-15s are generally really tight. And but the 5.56 just really doesn't do it for me. It's too loud for what it is. It's way louder than the M1 carbine. And the 5.56 is coming out at like 2,900 feet per second, and it's delivering 790 foot-pounds of energy at 200 yards downrange. And don't say, oh, about 300. Don't talk to me about 300.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
300, 200 is the max we're getting out here at Mississippi, and that's really freaking stretching it out. Because where I am in East Central Mississippi, it's a bunch of swamps, and I mean, look at it. You see what's behind me? That's what's all over here. There's not a lot of range. So 200 meters is our max engagement, whereas the M1 carbine, it's firing about 2,000 feet per second, but it's delivering 970 foot-pounds of energy downrange at 200 meters. Yeah, that's pretty significant on paper. The problem is that your 5.56 can engage out to 600 accurately. I mean, you could pop the grizzly bear in the eye at 500 meters with the AR-15, whereas the M1 carbine, you're not firing past 300. At 200 meters, it's dropped about 12.8 8 inches down, almost a foot. It's dropped. The M1 carbines is a straight wall cartridge with a 5.56 bottleneck, generates higher pressures for that 22 caliber, and you have a straight wall cartridge for a 30 caliber. It's a 308 diameter, whereas this is a 224 diameter. And all right, yeah, I'll just list shit I don't like about the M4. So, one of the main drawbacks I have with the service rifle is with the grip and with this and this and this, all that crap catches in the woods. When you're walking through the woods, it catches on vines, it catches on limbs, it catches on grass. I mean, this little gap right here can be slammed full of freaking grass, but you carrying a rifle like this, carrying it around on your back slung, or even having it up here. Even you're not carrying it on your sling, you're walking through grass and the grass is rubbing on this, and it's absolutely covering your rifle in grass or in leaves or in just bark, all kind of stuff. With this M4 is just shucking everything as you walk, and you're also leaving a huge trail behind you. Like, you're not being stealthy because this thing's grabbing it, shaking limbs, and that's one reason I don't like the M4. The M4 is incredibly louder than the M1 carbine. Like, when we're in the holler and we see a bobcat downrange, we're like, oh, sweet bobcat, pull up the old M4, and it is big cat, loud, loud. Whereas the M1 carbine, it's real nice and soft, and pop, pop, pop. It's more of a pop than a boom. It doesn't really crack as bad as it's 2,000 instead of 2,900 feet per second. And the carbine is so much lighter. It's incredibly lighter. This right here, and this right here, and this is your only catch points for the M1 carbine. You're walking through the woods, and I have not had this get loaded up at all. I've carried it at the low ready, and I've carried it like I like to carry it, a purse carry. I've carried them like that, and haven't had the M1 carbine load up. It doesn't grab briars. It doesn't grab the vines. It doesn't grab the limbs when I'm walking through the woods. It really shucks it off real good. It doesn't shuck off the leaves. It glances everything off as you walk by. And also, these little things are so light, you can throw them around, this little sling. I mean, you can forget that thing is there. But Rabbit, what about the Mini 14? That's right in between an M1 carbine and an AR-15. We'll talk about that in another episode. And carry about your business, whatever you're doing in the woods. Going for a hike, that's awesome. Want to go fishing, that's cool. Throw the carbine on, and you're not worried about that freaking mountain lion coming down the creek and jumping on you. You're not worried about the migrating black bear that's hungry, happing upon you, coming down on top of the bank. You have this carbine at 30 caliber delivering 970 foot-pounds. 970 foot-pounds downrange is going to make that bear think twice, and it'll put that cat down. It will absolutely put that big cat down. That's why I carry the M1 carbine when I'm in the woods. We have had problems with big cats coming through here. We have had problems with the bears. We don't shoot them. But if one were to put us in a life and death situation, we want something that will put them. Big cat! Big cat! Big cat! Down. But I also don't want to be lugging around like a 300 blackout with a 60 round magazine, because that's excessively heavy. When this will do it, this will do the job. And I'm not lugging around this freaking thing. I mean, I picked this thing up and it's a good 4 pounds heavier than that carbine is. And it's not loaded yet. We haven't even put 20 rounds in this thing. And, but the safeties, I have the built up muscle memory that, of course, I'm good with knowing my safeties on this and working it whenever I have an engagement. I'm real good with, I mean, I did that at the same time and I bet you didn't hear it on the camera, but I don't like carrying it, even though I know this rifle really, really well. So I do carry it as my EDC rifle, but not in the woods. This is the one that I'm going to go to if my handgun can't handle it, which honestly, there's not going to be a scenario. I can't imagine a scenario where I would need to use. Oh shit! Oh fuck! He's eating me! He's eating my ass! A patrol rifle or a service rifle in the civilian world. I mean, yeah, they do happen, but it's so rare, and you really can do it with a concealed carry. Get your concealed carry permit. Go out there and get your concealed carry permit and carry if you can. If you're legal to carry, get your concealed carry permit and carry, because that's the best way that we can protect everybody. All right. If we're all responsibly Concealed carrying weapons, the bad guy's not going to have a chance if 30 people pull their guns out at the same time in AM. What's he going to do? What's the one bad guy going to do in the mall if 30 people pull their guns out at the same time? It's a no-brainer, guys. All right.
One eternity later.
YouTube manual reviewer. These are the magazines that I was using in my AR-15. They are 20-round magazines. 20-round magazines. These are 15-round magazines for the M1 carbine. That's what I was using in my M1 carbine. I hope y'all absolutely enjoyed watching me essentially play around at the range with two of my favorite rifles of all time. Yeah, I don't like the M4 because it gave me a lot of grief overseas, but I do like my civilian M4. It's pretty fun. I mean, my AR-15, crucify me in the comments, man. The M1 carbine is the one that I carry in the woods, though. I love it. It's a lot lighter. It's not as loud. Doesn't make your ears ring when you pop the thing off downrange and you're not wearing earplugs. It's a real fun gun. And I know people are going to say some stuff about the price of ammunition. Look, take price off the table. Is it what you want to carry to defend yourself in the woods against a big predator? Put that, all right, is that the cost of your life? That's what we're talking about, all right? Absolutely love the M1 carbine. It's my favorite gun of all time right now. They're a little expensive, but it's worth it if that's what you want to carry to defend yourself. There's also a lot of other options like the Mini 14, the PC9, not a Thompson. Thompsons are incredibly heavy. They're not good woods guns at all. At all. They are not. Hey, you might be able to find a Deerfield. Those are incredibly cool, made by Ruger. I know that was another Ruger gun. That's like I just rattled off 3 Ruger made guns. I'm not a Ruger guy, but yeah, they're all great guns. Ruger makes decent guns. The camera op is 1000% a Ruger guy, and that's why that's all I can think about right now is because it's all Rugers I see all the time are these Rugers. Do y'all have the M1 carbine or an M4? Which one do you prefer to carry? Tell me in the comments why you carry a M4 over an M1 carbine or an M1 carbine over an M4. I want to hear y'all's opinion. As always, don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. It's free. Hit the like button if you enjoyed what I was talking about. If you made it all the way into the video. That is absolutely awesome. Big Boy Rabbit signing out.